This is Redemption, an actual play podcast set in the Star Wars role-playing game system, with Chris Burlew as the GM and also the droid R3A1.
I got 15 credits that says you can't carry them both up.
Kendall Jung as the Twi'lek former Padawan, Karel.
What, does he weld him to the Kirking ship?
Michael Waldschlager II as the Duros pilot, TAZI.
Yeah, just drop into the hatch that KO left open.
And Nathan Robinson as the Nautilin gunner, KO.
Get in the damn refresher and give me the clothes.
Episode 208, Freewill. TAZI's father has been saved, but at what cost to his mind and soul? The crew have built some bridges on RODIA and burned others, so now it's up to them to decide what to do next. Some choices are better than others, but sometimes the choice has been made for you.
Who sold the ship and got all the money then?
I don't know. Maybe we should do an investigation of
Let's
whose handwriting
do it.
that is.
Let's do it. We gotta figure out who sold our ship and took money for a ship they don't own.
TAZI, his right hand comes up, and he's got the glass from the bar still in his hand, and he jabs himself in the eye with a straw.
Yeah, see what outrage he is. He's
this is how mad I am.
He's hurting himself.
This is how mad you've made me, A1.
He's so upset.
I'm so mad.
I didn't do it.
We see that. That's what it says on the writing, where it says...
I don't feel good.
No,
I'll hold your hair.
he doesn't have hair.
Shh. TAZI just sits down in front of the loading ramp.
I'm gonna go
And sitting down is a nice way to put. He basically just falls on
down.
his ass. The glass from his hand goes kind of sprawling across the tarmac, and there's liquid and a crazy straw over there. I can't get on the ship, KO. I can't do it.
Well,
I can't do it.
You have to do it.
I can't do it.
You have to. You have to.
Why me?
Well,
You do it.
I am going. I'm going to go
No,
with
I'm saying you talk to my dad.
No, it's not.
A1 yells, Corral!
I can't
appears
do
at
it.
the top of the ramp.
You have to get
Hello.
in there. Hello, Karel. You need to help me.
TAZI's struggling to his feet and looks like he's trying to go the other way.
Yeah, I think you got to carry TAZI.
He's got to get in there. I'm not in
I'm
any...
going back to the bar.
No. Stop it.
Get him.
I'm going.
No.
Get him.
Stop it.
You leave me alone.
I'm not leaving you alone. I can't do it.
Get off me. Don't
No. No.
leave me alone.
I said no.
I will throw up on you, I promise.
That's fine. I'll clean my clothes.
You don't. I'll do it.
I know he will. It's okay.
No, you won't.
He will.
No, you won't.
It's okay.
15 credits says he does.
I'll do it.
I'll hold you.
Come on.
No.
Double or nothing.
Nope.
He's just coughing.
And so TAZI kind of starts sobbing on KO's shoulder.
If you could help me. I'm not exactly standing right now. Am I standing?
Yes, you are.
All right. Help
You're
me.
standing very well.
Help me.
Pat his back. Be sympathetic.
Okay, pats his back. It's okay. It's okay, big guy. You're way lighter than I expected.
I don't eat a lot.
I got 15 credits that says you can't carry them both up.
I don't need to be carried. Stop it.
You are on, my friend.
Stop it. Continues patting his back. Yep. All up in his
Difficulty on
shoulder.
that.
Let's see if they're going to resist.
Don't touch. Stop it. You can say carry him.
TAZI has no idea what's happening right now.
I would say hard. I mean, the only one that might be resisting really is KO. TAZI's pretty much just leaning against KO.
All right, guys, let's get into the ship before...
TAZI grabs KO kind of tight as a hug, and in TAZI's left hand is that weird salty green nasty snack, and you just see it get pushed into... He's not paying attention, and the hand just pushes the snack into KO's back and shoulder. Such a good...
So Karel walks down the ramp, wraps her arms around both of you, straining to get her fingers together, and then physically picks you both up and carries you up the ramp into the ship.
Flip a destiny point. When Karel goes to grab us, her hand goes straight into that weird green and salty mush. The camera catches it clearly, just squeeze out her fingers.
As Karel passes A1, there you go, pay up.
All right.
And down the hall to their quarters.
One moment. What's KO's perception?
Be 3 purples.
All right. A1 hands you 15 credits. Out of KO's pocket.
Do I notice?
Nope. I rolled a skullduggery.
All right. What the hell is this thing?
Salty snack.
It's not salty at all. It's gushy.
Taste it. It's salty.
Oh, no, thank you.
Exactly. Don't talk about it.
She walks over to the sink and starts washing it. It doesn't come off with water.
No, it doesn't.
I need some solvent.
It's so gross.
It's like you look at it, it looks more like a bug.
Rodian food. Ugh. Look, guys, Tazi, are you okay?
That's a no.
All right. KO. She walks over, reaches up to pat KO on the shoulder, instantly smushing the green stuff all over his back. You go take care of your other patient. I'll take care of this one.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's okay, Tazi. Let it out.
I gotta picture this 5'3" Twi'lek holding this 6'6" Drosup that's crying.
Well, I kind of set him down in his bed, so we're almost the same height at this point. And we swipe over to KO.
You walk into the med bay. A1 rolls with you. Where'd he go?
A1, I'm not that drunk. He's not there, right?
Correct.
KO quickly walks over. I can't push the buttons. Hit the buttons that look for people on the ship. I set that up like 2 stops ago. You know that.
Yep.
Hit the button.
He hits the button.
I see all of the bodies on the ship. Who do I see?
Oh, you see them. You see Ayla. And you and A1.
A1.
Yeah.
Where did you stick the little girl and mother again?
I didn't put them anywhere.
Oh, okay, shut up. Where were they?
They were in the hallway in the smuggling compartments.
Let's go check those.
Okay.
Hello.
What? Who are you?
Who are you?
Essek. Why are you on my ship?
Why are you on my ship?
No, it's my ship.
Prove it.
Scarlet's Fang. Mine.
You know,
If I could just find the key.
I liked you better when you were passed out.
Feelings mutual.
I wasn't ever passed out when you were around. He shuts the compartment and sits on it. They're probably about as strong as your son, eh?
Yeah.
Perfect. He just stays there, hits the comm button. Corel?
Yeah, a little busy right now.
No, that's
Here, Tazi, here's the handkerchief.
That is just absolutely.
Okay, all of our parents do a lot of damage to us. It's okay.
There's just.
Think of your mom. Your mom loves you. I mean, I'm sure she was very snuggly Duros. All tall and, very supportive.
Corel. I found Tazi's father.
In the infirmary. Yeah, that's where we left him.
Nope. He's currently trapped in a smuggling compartment.
Did you say snuggling compartment?
No, smug.
The one where we found Jenna.
Yeah, that's the one.
How the hell did he get out of the strap?
We can look at the security tapes later. Currently, he can't get out of here.
What, did you sit on it?
I did. I have no other way of stopping him. Oh God. He just
A1?
pukes all over the compartment.
It's got air holes, doesn't
Yep, it does.
What? Here, take this pillow over to KO. And what sounds like that waste disposal unit. I think he's being sick.
Oh God.
But he's probably going to have to sleep on the floor there.
It's alright, I know where there's a bucket.
Why? What was I thinking? What was I thinking?
Just then, a bucket of water just splashes all over you and the floor.
Oh, what the son of a bantapoodoo! Oh, Lord! What? Why would you do that to me?
I'm trying to clean the floor, but you're in the way.
That's cold. Why is it so cold now?
Yeah, I'm sorry about the vomiting, but there was a lot of...
I think you're supposed to go talk to Corel now.
No, I'm gonna sit here and not let Tazi's father get out.
Oh, well, let's just lock the door.
Because he could unlock it.
Anyone rolls over, pops out his welding torch. Shall I?
I mean, I don't want to have him trapped forever. I guess you can unload it too. I mean, just do like a couple tiny welds. Enough to like keep him locked in. Perfect. He's really weak. You're right. Okay, stands up. Well, stumbles up. Not really standing. He's still pretty drunk. And walks over to Corel and Tazi. This is better.
Tag in?
That's fine. You can go stare at the guy. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
Be supportive. We're going to go check on Jedi Sakura.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
I hand Tazi off to KO.
We both high five as we
We
go
high
by.
five as we go by. You get more of that green crap all over your hand.
That's fine.
And Corel walks off.
My God, This is so... It's okay, big guy.
Look, I need to get in the fresh air.
Yeah, you do.
I need to wash up.
You do. We need... Here, give me your clothes.
I can handle the clothes piece. I don't need you.
Would you just
I'm not a child.
Now, would you get in the damn refresher give me... Give me the clothes.
I'm getting.
Thank you.
I'm getting.
Let's not be little children, all right?
Tazi slowly, like super slowly, stands up and hobbles into the fresher. Just puts one hand on the wall and like slaps the fresher button with his clothes still on.
Oh, Lord.
You can go. You can go. You can go.
All right. I'm gonna go use the other fresher.
You're both cleaning up.
Yep, I go into Corell's room and I use her fresher.
You walked in to check on Jedi. So
I was
Obviously.
going to say it's probably awake by now.
Yep, she's awake. She's kind of sitting on the edge of the bed, rubbing her head.
I hand her two of the aspirin, or the space aspirin that I grabbed before.
She takes them.
There's water right there in the fresher if you need some.
Thank you.
Essex seems to be awake. He's a little scattered, though. It'll probably take time. You're welcome to stay for a little while and recover. I know you probably have duties, but don't go looking for Kale.
So as soon as she says KO's name, he walks in through the door, shirt already above his head, so he doesn't know that they're in there because he's not listening, and he just walks by both of them, taking all of his clothes off, and he is nigh stark naked as he gets in the fresher, not noticing them at all, and then he proceeds to take off his underwear.
Or, that could happen.
Oh, hi ladies.
Kale,
Just starts washing himself.
your fresher broken?
No, TAZI's in it, so basically, yeah, it's broken.
I should leave.
I should leave too. Let's leave.
I mean, yes, you're fine. It's not a big deal.
Oh, she walks. Sakura gets up and walks out.
Corell's right behind her.
I believe my work here is done for now.
No, yeah.
I think so.
She shuts the door.
That's much more gently than I usually do it. One more thing, and I'm sorry for bringing this up, but you're here, and I have to ask. I called you earlier and asked you a question you did not want to answer. What happened to the Jedi that faced Darth Maul? Is there a reason you don't want to answer that? Should I be asking somebody else? You've been a great help to us, and I don't want to put you...
He was unsuccessful in his mission.
Which was?
Classified by the Jedi Council.
But you know, don't you?
Yes.
Why would a member of the Potentium want me to know the answer to that question?
Because some Jedi are more sympathetic to other people's beliefs than the Council is.
I've seen that sort of thing. That I don't quite understand what it has to do with anything. But if you cannot tell me, I have to accept your answer. It's just you are being very evasive, and it makes me wonder even more what the answer is.
Unfortunately, the Council has determined that only Jedi can know the answer to that.
Well, then some mysteries remain unsolved. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you do find anything out about Master Ray's, it would be a great help to me. I will go back to meditating for clues as to where he is.
All right.
And she bows and leaves.
Corell just kind of stands at the ramp and watches her leave until she's completely out of sight, and then just smacks her fist against the door close, and the camera just watches the ramp close on her. So, rubbing her hand, she heads back towards her quarters, hoping KO is done, and runs into him sitting once again on the floor. You didn't let him out yet?
No, he's underneath me. Isn't that right?
You don't hear anything.
I don't think he's dead.
Okay, I just talked to Ayla. I don't know what to do now. Where are we going from here?
I don't know. We could, drop this guy off somewhere. I mean, maybe some
Have you seen TAZI?
No, he's been...
TAZI! Yeah? Can you come out here? We want to talk to you.
Fine.
That's kind of catchy.
I know.
What do you want?
Well, what do we do now? We have, your dad down there, and...
Literally, underneath me.
What's he doing in this smuggling
He
department?
tried to run away. And then he'd go inside of this thing, and then I sat on it so that he couldn't get out.
I thought he was sedated.
He was. Apparently not enough.
Has he talked to anybody?
Nope. In fact, he's been really, really quiet.
And KO's pretty sure that that's not airtight.
Pretty positive that's not airtight.
I mean, I'd be worried if it was. I'm not worried, so it must not be.
Let me see if I can rouse him. Essek!
You hear some rustling down there.
Tazi slams his foot on this compartment a couple times.
You hear some banging back.
Oh, it's not airtight. You were right.
I know, right?
Can we get this deck plate off?
Yeah, it's fine. A1, can you unspot weld this, please?
You welded
Spot
him in?
weld.
What? No.
Yeah.
Come on.
We did, yeah.
He told me to do it.
I did not, you liar.
I'm standing.
Get the deck plate off.
A1 pops it open, opens it up.
And then I get off of it and open it. And I assume he's laying there.
Yeah. Essek kind of stands up, climbs out. He looks around. I mean, he looks confused, disoriented. And then he locks eyes with Tazi, and he walks up. And he puts his hand on your chest. No more hurt. No more.
What did I do to you?
No
more hurt.
He points to his chest, and then puts his hand on your chest. No more hurt.
Take him back to the medical bay. He's not making any sense.
Okay. Come with me, Tazi's father.
He does. He looks around. He's very confused.
I take him straight to the med bay, and I lay him on the gurney, and I sedate him heavily.
Didn't in that dream he said, like, he didn't want to hurt you again?
He did in the dream. He's broken right now. Something is broken. We need to figure out what that is. I can't take him anywhere. I can't tell my mom. I can't. He's useless right now.
Well, he's hurt. I mean, you didn't do too good when you almost got everything chopped off. Give him a little time. I mean, he's just had his mind scrambled to Karkin back by the Night Sisters.
Is there anything you can do about that?
We did. I'm still kind of got a headache from it, but a little time.
Fine. He'll get all the time he wants, as long as he stays sedated.
And we swipe over to KO. He's there. Make a average medicine check.
Okie dokie. I have a triumph, but I failed.
Okay.
And 2 advantages.
You get him sedated, but you can't figure out what's causing the issue with him.
All right.
Why he's so just scattered.
All right.
You know from the scans that there was something in his frontal lobe that's not right.
All right. So Kay is just going to kind of sit there and stare at the scan and just be like, all right, yeah. You know, maybe I should have paid more attention in the brain scan portion of training, huh? So that's a brain. It might be eye sockets. There's a lot of eye in there. Yeah, that's an eye, yeah.
You're pretty sure he's not going to go anywhere. So then we swipe over to Tazi, Corell, and A1. And A1 just looks at Tazi. So, where to now?
That's a good question, little buddy.
I think
Dad's in no condition for me to do anything with him right now. I certainly can't tell Mother that he's alive until we get him sorted out.
Well, I think we should go somewhere that we can lay low, maybe help him. Because, I mean, the Separatists don't like us. I'm not sure how the Republic feels about us, considering there's an arrest warrant out for us.
Krell drops smuggler compartment thing back down with a clang and then looks up. He's got the point, although we probably can get that rescinded. I mean, we could talk to Jedi Sakura. I mean, even the Rodians don't really
like us.
Well, that was that one guy.
True.
But, I mean, there's stuff we could do. I mean, the Domino's still here, and, I mean, Master Reyes went missing, and we thought it was on the Domino, so maybe we could look into that.
Wasn't Jedi Sakura looking for him, too?
She's not having any luck. And, I mean, we at least... A1's got some data from the blockade. Maybe we can cross-correlate, or maybe we just go on vacation. Find a nice sandy beach somewhere.
No sand. Gets in the gears. Maybe we should ask KO. Maybe he'll have a good idea.
Go get him, would you?
A1 pushes a button.
Go get him. Don't just use the comm.
KO walks up. What's up, guys? How you doing? Why is everyone standing around?
Magic.
What?
Where are we going?
Yeah. What's that?
Where are we going? Where do you want to go?
We're talking about what to do next. I mean...
do we not have any ideas?
I think we should go somewhere where we could help Essek get better and lay low.
I might know a place.
I also pointed out, since we're here, we could look for Master Reyes, see if we can...
Maybe we could try to find the Sith.
Or a nice sandy beach with a piece of tarmac for A1 and relax.
I mean, that'd be nice, too.
Or someplace nobody will find us.
I mean, I could probably do that, too.
Me too.
We could go back to Tula. Nobody will find us there.
I Well, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah.
It's
Guys, I'm
a
going to
pretty
tell you
good
what.
idea.
I don't think I'm going to sit this one out. You guys just tell me where you need me to go.
Okay.
TAZI puts his head down and kind of like walks back toward the cockpit.
He's not dealing with this well.
Well, I mean, what would you do if you found out the person that you hated your entire life, supposedly dead, turns up and is an assassin for the Night Sisters? I mean, I think he's handling it pretty well, all things considered.
Maybe. But where do we go now? I mean...
Well, I mean...
I like Tula.
we could try Tula out. We do have the old academy thing.
Yeah, the temple.
The
Our
temple,
place.
yeah.
Could make it ours.
However, here's the one thing, though, that... I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't know how Force-sensitive he is, though. I mean, we could be taking him into a place where he's going to start hearing voices like A1 due to the Force presences, which might unhinge him further.
I might do that, yeah.
That might be a good place to go after he's a little more stable.
Or it could help him. What if one of those voices is smart enough to fix him? Because I don't know how to fix him. I can't hit him with a Hydra spanner.
Don't even try.
I can't reprogram him.
Don't even try.
No port to plug into.
Will you
I
please
think I
help?
made my point.
I don't know if Tula is the right answer for us right now.
Apart from the fact that nobody would try and trace us there, I mean, why do we want to go? If we're going to make it to base, we need to get some supplies, which means we need credits, which I don't think we want to try and get here with the Black Sun kind of, a little maybe aware of us.
A little.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, you paid him off,
Well, I mean, yeah.
so that's not a little.
That means hopefully they don't remember us, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Well, we could take the bounty hunter and take him and his wife because they need to leave.
What, and charge them money?
Yeah.
No, that's not a
Then we'd
bad
take
idea.
them to Tula and then they could be safe.
Well, I mean, again, what is it with you and Tula?
Well, I haven't heard anything else.
I know, but man, you are really hopped up on this Tula idea.
We could also
and I
try
like
and
it there.
we could try and track down those fights again. I mean, they had a lot of slaves that I wouldn't mind.
I mean,
Take-
you could. That's
You don't want to help?
Oh, this is ridiculous,
Well,
bunch of stupid.
if you don't want to help,
things.
that's perfectly fine.
I'm
fine.
cool. Things.
Fine. Then you go wherever you want to go then. And
I-
Corel turns and doesn't storm off. She walks towards her quarters.
Wow, that one's new.
You feel a hand on your back. A1 popped his hand out.
Thanks, little buddy.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
So are we staying here or are we leaving?
Yeah, no, we're gonna definitely leave. Yeah, no, we don't need to stay here. Not with the Black Sun.
So I should go tell TAZI to get the engines ready and...
Yeah, we're gonna leave. Let's get into orbit at least.
Okay. A1 rolls away. So A1 rolls up to the cockpit.
They make a decision.
Go to orbit for now and then figure it out. I think KO and I want to go to Tula and Krell wants to go find the Fight Club to rescue slaves.
Okay.
But we don't know where the Fight Club is. So it would take time.
Okay.
Or we could just leave.
Okay. I'm spooling the engines up. Go ahead and prep for takeoff.
Roger.
Quick star wipe over to Corel in her quarters, like getting her stuff together, and then heading towards the exit ramp as the engines spool up. And she walks over to the ramp and hits the release button, and it just beeps. TAZI, she walks up to the cockpit.
A1 sees a little thing blinking on the console. He looks at TAZI. Somebody's trying to leave. I may have changed the code to get out.
TAZI, I was gonna hop off the ship for a little bit, but the door won't open.
No, we're going into orbit.
Are we in trouble?
No, we're leaving.
Why are we leaving? Why?
KO walks up at this point. He hears the last part where Krell's like, "Why are we leaving?" And KO goes, "Well, so you know the whole Black Sun thing, right?"
Yeah, you paid them a lot of money.
Right. Well, so when they know that we have a lot of money, they will come after us. That's just kind of how they roll.
We did interfere in one of their debts.
Indeed.
I mean, they got paid, but I'm sure they're...
Oh, well, see, now they know that we can pay them. See where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with criminal scum before.
Yeah, you have.
I've been criminal scum before.
We have.
Kind of. We're not in a very good situation with a lot of different people right now.
That's kind of a mild understatement, don't you think?
But, you know, it might be good for us to disappear for a little bit. I think maybe it's good for us to get off the radar for a little bit.
You're having this conversation as you're taking off, correct?
Yeah.
All right, where are we going? If we just sit in orbit, Black Sun can find us just as easy as if we were sitting down below.
Just as you say that, I'm going to flip one of these dark side points over. And we'll say, TAZI, you're kind of looking out, and you see a fire spray ship. It flies right up in front of you, and it's got its landing platform open, and there's a droid standing there. And he's a tall, skinny droid, all gold. His head almost looks kind of insectoid. And he looks at you. He waves his hand. He points at his foot, and he points at the bottom of your ship. And he makes a motion kind of like basically signifying it didn't go up. So he's trying to communicate to you that one of your landing gear didn't go up.
TAZI looks at the console to see if that's actually, if the console's telling him the same thing, if we have a stuck landing gear.
Console doesn't show any of that.
Is that a droid traffic controller?
You say that, and A1 looks up and goes, what? Huh?
No, out there.
What's going on?
Are you blind suddenly?
No.
Do you see the ship out there with the shiny droid?
Yeah. I mean, I can go look.
He's
He
right
says-
there.
Is one of our landing gear down?
As far as I can tell, it's fine.
The board looks fine.
I can go look.
One of you go look.
Who's going?
At the exact same time, Corell and A1 both go.
Do we run into each other in the door?
Or both of you, or both.
right.
Either way, somebody
Come on,
check
let's go.
this out.
I'm gonna go ahead and get inside of my pod. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
A1 stops and go ahead.
Corell goes to check the
All right.
landing gear.
KO comes out, goes behind Corell, and then jumps inside the gunnery pod.
As that conversation's happening, that ship slowly keeps moving closer to you.
Hello.
When it gets up closer, the three people that can actually see it make underworld checks.
Against what?
Underworld, it's going to be hard.
All right.
KO, you get a blue die.
Oh no. Not now.
I have
Damn.
a triumph with 2 additional successes
One disadvantage. One threat.
and 3 threats.
Okay. So as that's getting closer, gets to a point where all of a sudden A1 and TAZI kind of lock eyes, and the look of recognition of what this is and who it is clicked with both of you. KO, you're sitting down in your pod. It clicks with you as well. You know this is Hiksa, Hiksa. He is a well-known assassin droid. KO, you know, and TAZI, since you rolled the Triumph, he generally works for the Black Sun. And we'll go back to the cockpit, as TAZI and A1 kind of look at each other and go, you both look back up, and Hiksa leaps off his ship and lands on the windshield of the cockpit and just says,
Give me KO Grill, and I will let you live.
Corell, when you're in the back, landing gear's all up. There's no issues.
Corell comes up.
Landing gear's okay, so I'm not quite sure what this droid's problem is. I'll be right up.
Turn it upside down. Get him off.
Literally, like as A1 says, turn the ship upside down. TAZI throws his hand forward and just kills the engines flat.
Okay.
And throws the stick and turns the stick downward toward the ground.
What the hell?
Roll a piloting check. I'm going to say it's going to be versus his athletics. So you're going to have a red and 3 purple.
I have a failure and failure and advantage.
Okay. You kill the engines, so then the ship starts falling backwards. His feet kind of lift off, and he grabs a hold with one hand. He grabs a hold with his left hand. Out of his right hand, out of his arm, by his elbow, pops a fusion cutter that basically hinges out, and he says again,
Give me KO Grill, and you will live.
and A1 just looks at you and says, keep doing stuff like that. I'll go get him. And A1 just takes off out towards the back. And let's go into initiative.
All right.
2-3.
Rather fittingly, 0-2.
2.3. So PC1, TAZI will take the slot. TAZI kicks the engines back on, but only the starboard side, and then brings the port side to like a third power to try and put the ship in a little bit of a spin.
Okay.
To make things more difficult for our robotic friend outside.
Okay. I'd still say it's athletics.
So same roll.
Yes.
So you hear the comm on the board go up, and you hear,
TAZI, I'm just going to tell you that, if you could just do...
Not now, KO.
Well, I mean, you could be successful. That would be great.
so many failures,
But a triumph.
but a triumph.
Okay. So I'd say cinematically, you've got the ship spinning, and he's still holding on with one hand, and you're flipping him around and kind of slamming him against the side, but he's successful.
I think I'm going to...
So I have a triumph. The triumph I'm going to give to A1 for his action.
Okay.
My advantage is that the spinning has caused Corell to like kind of tumble into the cockpit.
I just hear Corell going
You
by.
hear like
So it's PC2, I think this would work well for A1 to go. He basically went out the airlock, and he's using his little rockets to zoom up there. So his maneuver, he gets there, he pops out his fusion cutter, and he is looking at this guy's arm that's holding on, and he is going to try to chop that arm. He's going to get a blue die because it can't actively dodge, so it helps a little bit.
And does he get a bonus for the triumph?
Yep, I gave that to him. I upgraded it. A1 hits his arm, but has 2 threats. A1 hits him, does some damage, but couldn't get him to release his grip. It is now NPC's turn. KO, you notice that the fire spray comes up, and in the cockpit, you see there's another droid there. It's a 4-arm droid, and he's doing a bunch of levers and stuff that you see TAZI do, and he pulls up and attempts to shoot at you guys.
Cock. TAZI, I know you're busy. TAZI!
What is the ship's silhouette?
4. The ship's silhouette is 4.
TAZI! TAZI, I know you're busy. TAZI!
KO, if you see something, shoot at it.
Alright, just making sure. Check.
You have one job to do.
What's the shield rating of the ship?
The shield rating is 1 to the front and 1 to the back.
Okay, so right now he gets 1. Okay. All right, so the fire spray comes up. He's got 2 guns that are firing. He's shooting a lot of shots at you, and he does hit. He does 4 damage, minus your toughness.
You said 4 damage to the ship?
Yep. All right, next PC.
So Corell rolls into the cockpit and kind of fetches up against the back of TAZI's chair. She stands up and sees this droid attempting to cut his way into or through the glass.
Yep.
And she kind of gets wide-eyed. She closes her eyes, and with both hands, she pulls them up in front of her chest and then thrusts them both outward, and I'm going to attempt to use force push on him, basically to knock him loose.
Okay.
So against his athletics, I would assume.
No, that's fine.
And I'm going to spend a destiny point, because the force is strong with her right now. So she does that, and you can see him, like, getting pushed away from the window, but he's able to hold on. And Corell just kind of stops, like, what does he weld him to the carking ship? 1 failure and 1 advantage.
Okay. His feet are kind of kicking.
His hand appears to be holding on. Literally, just the fingertips are embedded in the hull of the ship.
Yeah,
but that's it. Like,
yeah. And he's kind of otherwise he's kind of like flapping like a flag.
Yeah.
Cock.
It is his turn. He is going to try to cut into the ship. You had an advantage when you rolled, TAZI, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. He is also going to take a black die for flopping in the air. So he has more setback dice right now than
Actual
dice.
Yes.
Okay, so he slams the fusion cutter into the windshield, and it doesn't cut through the windshield. It makes some like little sparks and stuff, and the sparks kind of flash in TAZI's eyes, and you kind of shake your head a little bit, and he rolled a triumph, but he still failed. So your next roll is going to be upgraded difficulty by 1. Last PC.
I'm going to go ahead and take my movement and do true aim,
Okay.
which upgrades my gunnery skill. Well, upgrades anything that I do.
You guys are the same silhouette, so the difficulty is 2.
Okay.
He has a shield rating of 2, so you get 2 black die added
Okay.
in.
Cool. 1 success and threat.
Okay.
The guns, you're on the ventral turret.
Yep.
Which is a medium laser cannon. It does 6 damage.
So 7.
7 damage.
And 3 advantages as a crit.
Okay, cool. I will remember that. I did not get any, but
Okay. You hit. Ding, 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 ding. He takes some damage. We're back to the top. PC1.
Okay, I'm going to take a... He's still on the glass.
he's now trying to cut through.
And we have a ship firing at us as well. I'm going to punch it, which is going to give us 1 ship strain for each point of speed gain. But I'm going to immediately go to max speed, again, to try and shake him loose.
Okay.
And then my action, I will do a runaway. I'm trying to get some distance, but obviously at max speed as well, but try and get some distance between myself and the fire spray.
Makes sense.
So TAZI slams the throttle forward, kicking the ship to max speed. The ship lurches a little bit and creaks slightly, so to reflect the strain on the ship. Say set down to 16 strain.
Okay.
And for the maneuver, it's a piloting roll. It's difficulty based on relative speed. So now I am now at speed 4.
Okay. You were at probably speed 1.
Yeah,
I would
was at
assume.
speed 1.
So is it
Easily
the
speed
difference
1.
in the two?
Yeah, so it's a difference of 3, but I think it's the difference between myself and the ship I'm trying to run away from. So that would have also been at speed 1, or would it have been?
He would have been at speed 1.
Okay.
And you took your black die for his big triumph.
I have the black die, but I can negate 2 as part of my piloting skill. That's all right. So it's 3 successes and 2 threats.
Okay. So
so in jamming the throttle forward, TAZI kicks on a burst of speed and is able to put some distance between himself and the fire spray, easily swooping past the fire spray and moving out like across the atmosphere, trying to put some distance and I'll yell down to KO, "He's behind you."
Okay. As you hit the lever to do that, I'm going to flip over another dark side. There's a light on your panel that starts blinking, and you have no idea what that light is about. But at the current time, you're probably not too worried about it because it's not the shield. There's no engine failure, but it's just a curious little blinking yellow light. PC2, we'll have. Do you want to take it, or do you want A1 to
I'll take it. In this one. Corell's still trying to maintain the force push and trying to. She's diverted part of her mind to try and get that thing's claw out of the ship while still pushing it away. So, just same roll.
I'm picturing Corell doing that, and like one finger slowly starts to go up, and then the next one starts to go up.
What actually happens is as his first finger starts to go up, he actually twists in the air because she's not pushing straight away, and both his feet come down, and we can hear the metallic thunk as his magnetic feet attach to the ship.
Okay.
I failed with the threat. So
okay. It's the other ship's turn. So you took off. So he's got to try to match your speed, correct?
I'm further away, so depending on what weapons he's using, again, you've got ranges on your guns.
Yep. KO, you notice that the ship the fire spray stays where it is and doesn't seem to be pursuing you. Next PC. Do you want to take it, or do you want A1 to take it?
I'll go ahead and take it.
TAZI, the fire spray is not following us. I feel like that's a bad thing.
It's the droid's turn.
Well, if he didn't take a turn, A1 can take that turn.
Okay, A1 will try to hit him again. So A1's got a fusion cutter. He's locked down. It's got its feet down, and he swings. He's going to try to cut its legs off, or at least one. Oh my God. A1 hits, but he has a threat, so he does not have enough to sever it. But he does hit again and does some more damage to it.
Some molten metal sprays the windshield.
Yep. So now it's his turn.
The robot's
turn. He is smart enough to realize that trying to cut through this while he's getting thrown around and cut at by another droid is not that effective. So he is going to turn and take his fusion cutter back on A1. And because of all the movement, I'm going to give him a black die because he's being tossed around quite a bit. Well, he misses, but he has a triumph. So basically, he takes his fusion cutter, he swings at A1. A1 rolls back a little bit, but when he rolls back, he accidentally unlocks his wheels and just flew off the ship. And you hear, sorry.
Perfect. KO's like, I'll crawl. Oh, cock. Gets out of the pod. It kind of does like he's trying to like walk against everything, but we're like spinning and moving. And he's like, oh, son of a, you piece of cocking. And he's trying to get to the back of the ship.
Okay. You get back there.
Honestly, he's checking on TAZI's father. Because at this point, he wanted to make sure that the straps and stuff were holding him down, / also sedated.
Okay. The straps are not holding him down. He is not where you left him. PC1?
Cart. And TAZI kicks both engines into place and makes an actual, is diving at the surface of the planet now.
Okay. So you're basically turning around to head back down?
It would look almost like a bit of a flip, like he pulls it up and then to give himself a little more altitude and then plummets straight at the ground to make it harder for our little companion on the front of the ship, again, to hold on with the forces going against him.
Okay. Gotcha.
No longer worried about the fire spray at this point. I'm just trying to get this guy off the ship.
All right. We'll do the piloting check versus his athletics again. And give yourself a blue die because he's still fighting gravity. He's fighting all your movement.
All right. Another triumph. And,
Okay. How would you like the triumph to work? He is still going to be on the ship.
yeah, he's still on the ship. I think for the triumph,
Maybe you knocked his feet loose, giving me an upgrade on on my next attack.
my triumph is going to give you an upgrade on whatever you are going to do. At this point, the triumph will be used for another person. I will give the triumph to Corell.
Okay.
And the ship does the flip and then does the plummet. And the ship is shaking a bit now, pretty clearly. There's a lot of strain on the ship.
Yeah, between the shaking and just the wind resistance, one of his feet pops off and he's got less of a hold. So PC2.
While I'm in the medbay, quickly, I'm going to check the sensor to see if there's how many human lives are on the ship. There should be 4.
How many life signs, right?
Yeah, there's 3.
3.
KO kind of punches the monitor, which flickers because it's the system's already strained as it is, and he then picks up his big gun and puts on mag boots and climbs his way up the access hatch and begins the slow slog forward.
Yeah, you're opening up the thing.
Yeah.
So next
The hatch open and your little tentacles are just flowing in the wind.
Yeah, I'm just
And you're doing like the slow, like the effort, the heavy effort, like walk against the. Because at this moment, the ship is plummeting straight to the ground.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the next NPC's turn. I'm going to have the droid go because he's right there. He is going to once again try to grab a hold and try to hit the windshield. I am giving him 2 setback dice, 1 for wind resistance and 1 for you moving and doing all that other neat stuff. Wow, that's a lot of dice I rolled, and a wash. No successes, no advantages, no threats, nothing. He washed. So he is still holding on, but can't hit the windshield that's pretty much underneath his feet.
He's just staring at you.
Surrender.
Next PC.
Corell just redoubles and just is going to push him away further, giving up on the idea of trying to pry him loose, just using brute force to push him out of the way of the ship. I have 1 advantage, and so basically I kicked his other boot loose again.
Okay.
So he's flapping in the breeze.
Okay.
And so he's going to take a black die to his next whatever.
All right. Since you dove back towards the ground, the fire spray was trying to catch up now. So at the next round, he'll catch up to you guys. So that's what his movement is. Last PC is A1, which the camera pans over to him, and he's tumbling and he kicks on his jet and basically stops his descent. So he's no longer plummeting to the ground, and he's trying to make his way up, but I don't think those jets would be strong enough to get him out of atmosphere.
He's walking. We're moving at ship speeds. He's out of it.
So we'll go back up to PC1.
As the ship plummets closer and closer to the ground, can I see the fire spray coming up from atmosphere to...
Your sensors would be showing that.
The Krauts Fang is plummeting toward the ground in breakneck speed, and then the fire spray swoops up from underneath on a collision course.
Pretty much, yeah.
With the Krauts Fang. TAZI is going to do something stupid. The Krauts Fang is going to go into like just a horizontal spin, so a barrel roll of sorts, around the fire spray and flipping a destiny point.
Okay.
And barrel rolling around the fire spray and then coming up real close to the ground. The Krauts Fang is going to pull up behind the fire spray and then go basically from the dive into a horizontal shot right across close to the surface of the ground.
Okay.
Which should put the fire spray in range of our dorsal guns.
Okay, fair enough. I would say that's definitely going to be a piloting check.
Yep. Well, that's what I figured.
That sounds pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be pilot versus pilot?
It would be pilot. It would be against the fire spray's piloting skill to outmaneuver him, basically.
He's not nearly the pilot you are. It would be 1 red and a purple.
All right. Let's see if TAZI can pull this off. So, it's a failure with 2 advantages, and the advantages are that TAZI doesn't crash full on into the ground.
Okay.
But in doing the roll around the fire spray, he actually clips the top of the ship against the wing of the fire spray, causing 2 damage to or actually 3 damage to the Krauts Fang, and an additional 4 strain on the ship's systems to try and keep the ship aright without jamming into the ground.
Absolutely. Next PC. KO, did you want to go since you're out there?
Sure. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot Hixa in the face.
Okay. He does have an adversary rank of 1. It's going to take, instead of being 2 purple to shoot him, it's a purple and a red. And he does have a ranged defense of 1. So you get a black die for that too. And then a black die for TAZI's motions.
For doing a barrel roll?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to...
Well, I would say it's more for scaring the out of you.
Yeah, no, I get it. All right, so here we go.
Fire away.
I got a despair, so good. A complete wash with a despair.
Okay. No. You pull your gun up, and you pull the trigger, and nothing happens. And in the back of your mind, you remember...
Does it look like a crutch?
Exactly. You remember that A1 tried to make it look like a crutch, and for some reason it's just not firing. So there's a little voice in your head that's like, I'm gonna have to yell at that little droid.
I'm just never gonna pick him up.
The fire spray, since you just buzzed him, so to speak, he is going to take a shot at you. Your shields are 1, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and he's going to get a setback die because you kind of scared him. And he washes again. It's the second time I've washed.
It's the third time tonight.
Third time
So
with
shots spray across the
he's
ship.
firing shots all over, and all you see is trees underneath you blowing up, and there's dirt flying up, but nothing's hitting you guys. Next PC.
Krill has been hanging on desperately this whole time to the back of TAZI's piloting chair, and now we've actually almost kind of leveled out. So she just closes her eyes and pushes even harder, because it hasn't worked so far. Let's try it one last time. That's success. So that's 4 successes and 2 threats.
Okay.
So basically, she pushes, and you can hear the screeching of metal, and he doesn't let go, but what happens is he actually pulls the panel that is attached to the windshield free, and he and the windshield go spinning off behind the ship with a couple clangs. KO almost gets taken out by the flailing droid, and the entire cockpit is suddenly filled with wind.
Okay. I'm going to flip over a dark side. KO, you see the droid go flying off, windshield attached to him, and as he goes flying, that fire spray happened to be just in the right spot, and he lands on the fire spray and kind of looks over at you and then climbs in through the door because it's still open.
Oh, cock.
It's A1's turn. You hear over the comms.
Where'd you go?
From the opposite side, A1's hearing on his comm, we're a little busy, but we'll come get you in just a minute. We'll get you.
Slow us down!
PC1, would you like the ship to be...
So TAZI throttles back the ship to almost nothing.
Okay.
To reduce the wind coming in through the giant hole in the cockpit, and looks for the clearest spot that we can land.
Okay, that's easy to find.
We obviously can't keep the ship this way, and A1's got to catch up with us.
Next PC.
I'll go ahead and get back inside because it's not hard because it's slowed down.
As you do, let's make another average perception check.
Oh, for the love of Pete, I am terrible. I am not perceptive. Nope.
Oh, wait.
I have an advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to descend down through the top door, you notice in the fire spray, behind the droid, you see motion, but it's not Hixa. There's another being in the ship.
So I'm going to take strain, and I'm going to make it to the dorsal weaponry.
Okay.
From its cinematic, you see him sprint with these mag boots across the top of the ship, drop into the hatch that he left open.
I did not close it.
He doesn't close hatches.
I don't close
He
hatches.
doesn't close hatches.
We know that.
I'm not closing it now.
TAZI knows it.
And then I make it to the dorsal, and I
Fire the ion cannon.
fire the ion cannons.
Still going to be 2 and 2 blacks because of his shields.
To darkness.
Remember, the ions only do strain damage.
That's cool. I'm hoping for a triumph. Or 2. 1 success and a threat.
Okay. What's the damage on the ion?
5.
So 6?
6.
6 strain.
6 strain. Straight to your core.
All right. You successfully hit it. It kind of sparks all along the ship, and he is going to try to return fire. He hits successfully for 6 damage. So he fires off several shots at you, and it bounce off your ship and some do some damage. So 6 minus your armor. Next PC.
It'd probably be Carell at this point. Mm-hmm. So Carell feels the impact on the ship. It's like, oh my, why don't these guys leave us alone? And she turns and drops into KO's pod.
The first thing you notice is the
Oh
smell.
my God! Why are there all these caramel wrappers? She powers up the turret, spins it around, and is going to take a shot.
Okay, before you do, just make a quick average perception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sees it.
You turn around, and you look right into the cockpit of the other ship. There's that four-armed droid there. Like I said, he's got arms going everywhere as he's trying to pilot and gunnery.
Uh-huh.
And behind him, you see Essek. And he's got a piece of metal, and he's swinging at the droid. And he slams a piece of metal into the back of the droid's head. And basically, he's just trying to beat this droid up. Fire away if you'd like.
Guys, we need to take the ship alive.
What? Why?
Why? Why would we do that?
They have a passenger
So?
that we used to have.
What are you talking about?
Good job sedating TAZI's dad.
Have you seen
What?
them drink?
And I fire.
2 purples, 2 blacks.
Corell is going to be incredibly careful and do call shot against.
I think you take a black for trying to.
Yeah, she's going to take. She's being very careful and trying not to shoot the cockpit.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's not good.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's not good.
Miss and an advantage.
Okay. Which is your advantage.
You didn't hit the cockpit.
You didn't hit
Didn't
the
hit
cock.
the cockpit.
Fair enough.
I'm fine with that.
Last PC is A1.
I think I found you. You're below me, right?
Yeah, just drop into the hatch that KO left open. I see it on the board here.
Be there in a minute.
And the camera's got A1 as he just shuts off his rockets and just starts.
Welcome back. Shut the hatch.
He pushes a button. Boop. PC1.
If we've still got the fire spray on us, then I'm going to cut the landing maneuver and try and do some just evasive maneuvering.
Okay. Are you facing the fire spray?
I'm trying to keep him behind us.
Okay.
Because the underside turret can go all directions, but the dorsal turret only fires back.
All right. Fair enough.
So I'm going to try and stay ahead of the fire spray.
All right. So you're going to do evasive maneuvers?
Yep.
Okay. So you need to make
Upgrades the difficulty of the attacks of the ship by 1, but also upgrades all attacks made by the ship.
Okay.
So difficulty is increased for them and gives us...
And you don't have to roll anything for that, right?
Nope.
Okay. You do that. And you notice on the sensors, your evasive maneuvers are working way better than you think they should. But you don't have a clue why. Corell does, but you don't. And next PC.
So
I'm also focusing our shields to the rear
Okay.
as my action.
So I got a black die.
Yep. So if you're going to fire the ion cannon, you'd be at 2 purple and 3 blacks.
But then I also got what from you?
All ship attacks are upgraded by 1. So
Yep.
your attack actually
Goes up
is
by 1.
harder because I'm doing evasive maneuvers.
Oh, got it. So
And you could use true aim too, which would negate that.
No, I would just get a green. It'd still upgrade the die. Like that.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. It's a lot of
Here we go.
dice, isn't
It
it?
is 3 black. I think I actually was successful. Here we go. Got it. That was a success, you piece of... Okay, thank you. I have 2 successes. Yes, 2 successes and an advantage. So 7.
Okay. You fire the ion cannon. It hits the ship, and again, the sparks of light go all throughout it, and you see the engines cut off.
I think I'm successful at stopping it.
And it falls, because it's got no power to it. And I'm going to flip over another dark side, because this is fun today. And you see it kind of fall, and it disappears off sensors as it lands, and KO, you see it kind of disappear into the jungle.
We should probably go there quickly.
Got it.
But you can't see where it is specifically, because like I said, it disappeared in the jungle, and it's off sensors. Corell, you'd see the same thing, where it disappears into the jungle.
TAZI immediately, basically does...
Are we leaving now?
Does the quick 180 in the ship to spin it around the other way, facing where the fire spray came from, or was coming at us from.
Okay.
Can Corell make a perception check to note where, the trajectory it was going when we lost it?
Yep, for sure.
Average or?
Yeah.
And TAZI's going to bring the ship low, literally hovering above tree line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
4 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay.
I know exactly where it was going.
And A1.
I wrote that up to his piloting board.
A1 rolls up to the cockpit, sees the windshield missing. Oh, guess we should get that fixed, shouldn't we?
We'll put it on the list.
All right. And what?
All right, I've got the coordinates here. I'm gonna drop the ramp. Corell, can you
On it.
get a visual on the ramp? All right.
Carl pops out of the pod and runs back towards the ramp. She grabs a tether and tethers herself to the ship.
All right.
So TAZI slows it down to like a crawl over this area where she believes that she saw the trajectory of where it would have landed.
Okay.
So I guess you see anything, Corell? I can't make anything out up here. Nothing on sensors.
It's thick jungle.
Well, we should be able to see like destroyed trees.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You see
should be a
destroyed
damage
trees
path.
and damage path, but where the ship is specifically, you're not.
All right. Well, we're gonna follow the damage path. I mean, once the damage path stops, that's where the ship
Yeah.
should be.
That's where it is. It's in the jungle though, so if you wanted to actually go down to the wreckage, you could.
I'm going. Yeah. I lead us to that point. It's like,
Can you find a spot to land? Otherwise, I can rappel down.
There doesn't appear to be any clearings nearby.
Not really.
Nothing close.
Nope.
how high up are we?
Couple 100 feet. I mean,
I can get you close enough. I can get you close enough to the damage path where you can kind of come down in that clear area, but I can't land the ship.
Okay, get me closer.
KO, rip up. You're dropping.
Okay.
wait, what do you want me to do?
I need you to. We need to patch up the windshield,
All right.
the windscreen.
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, work on that. I'm just gonna keep the ship here, so we can have gunnery range if we need it.
Okay.
So the Krautsfrang is hovering above the damage area.
Just as you get to go to rappel down, Corral, your comm beeps.
TAZI, I'm ready. Is this as low as we can get?
It's A1.
Oh, hey.
I'm been asked to fix the windshield, and I'm requesting permission from the chief mechanic
Yes,
to
fix
do
the
this.
windshield or work on the system damage from the blast we took. One or the other.
Windshield it is.
All right.
Thank you for permission. Carry on.
Thanks.
Take your finger off the button. Oh,
You
it's mine.
called me.
Sorry.
Can we get within 50 meters of the ground?
Yeah, you guys can get to the ground.
Okay.
So, KO, while all of that's happening and we're getting positioned, KO decrutchifies his gun. And make sure that it works at least.
As you're looking, part of the crutch just went into the firing mechanism somehow, and you just could not pull the trigger all the way.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I mean, I suppose so.
Corel untethers herself, grabs KO, and they both step out about 20 meters above the ground. And I'm going to force jump us down.
Okay.
I take a little bit of strain because I'm using the dark side of the fort, and we land on the ground.
All right, you're there.
Well, that was a not new experience, I suppose.
You see the wreckage of the ship.
I let go of KO. Well, hopefully there's survivors. That's kind of what we're after. Okay. So move towards the ship.
You get there, and you see in the cockpit, you see that forearm droid all hunched over. Side of its head is just
caved in,
beat in, and that's all you see. You go on the ship and you start looking around. We'll do perception. We'll say average.
I see the scheisse out of that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. What you see very clearly leaving the ship is speeder tracks. I mean, they don't really make tracks, but signs of a speeder leaving the ship.
I taste the wind, and I taste the. Definitely that way.
Yeah, I can see all the crushed vegetation.
The plasma on the wind.
You pretty much can tell that Hixa and Essick have left on the speeder.
But who was taking who?
Redemption is played using the Star Wars role-playing game system by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. If you enjoy Redemption, please reach out to us on social media. Our Facebook and Twitter pages can be found at RedemptionPod, and we have our website as well, redemptionpodcast.com. Please look for us on Instagram as well. We recently started an account with Redemption Podcast. Review the show for us on iTunes, Stitcher, or other podcasting applications you may use. This does help people locate the podcast, and it does spread the word for us so more people can hear our thrilling story. If you're enjoying the story that Redemption tells and would like to offer us some support, we do have a Patreon page at patreon.com/redemption. All funds collected from the page are used to help us upgrade our equipment and make sure we're telling the best story we can with the best quality equipment that we can. Thank you very much.